Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Unlocking Potential, brought to you by Baldwin. In this episode, we'll be discussing the latest collaboration between Baldwin and System Brunner with a specific focus on the commercial web offset market, Baldwin's Icon platform, and specifically its color control system, which has been integrated with System Brunner's latest generation instrument Flight to provide the next level color control solution. So, gentlemen, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me. My name is Daniel Pfeiffer. I'm the Managing Director of System Brunner. I'm with the company since 2016. And from my background, I spent pretty much my whole career in the printing industry. And today I'm focusing on color control systems for web and sheet fed offset market.
And my name is John Cusack. I'm with Baldwin. I'm in a role for product line management. And my responsibilities are around color control systems, inspection systems, and register control systems for Baldwin. And I've been sort of with Baldwin in various incarnations now for almost 25 years. Lot to talk about, but I guess I want to bore you with my details. I think we want to talk a little bit more about the cool stuff we got to talk about today.
Yeah, of course. Well, it's a lot of experience, a lot of history. And that actually brings me to our first question here, which is, your two companies have actually been working together for more than 20 years, which is a substantial enough amount of time. Can you please tell us just a little bit about that as well as this partnership?
Yeah, maybe I'll kick it off here. Yeah, so I think the partnership sort of started back in DRUPA 2000. So right around the time I kind of came on board and started, working with these products. But I think at that time, our company had, been developing color control systems and using them in the commercial web offset space for some time. We were, working through some new technologies that we were introducing into that space. And, we met some folks from System Brunner who had some, other very, very interesting and complementary types of functionalities that we could bring to bear in that space. And I think Daniel can probably talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so ever since System Brunner and Baldwin, they have a great integration of both of their systems. As John mentioned, their outstanding color control system on the machine. And we had the opportunity to bring in our color evaluation software on top. And so together we created a very good solution for the industry. And ever since we created or realized more than 600 installs worldwide. And it's going on. And today we're going to talk a little bit about our new integration. And we are very proud of.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely something to be proud of. For our audience who doesn't know about this, why now? What are the drivers for this integration?
Yeah, I think any time is why now for us, since we've been working on these products sort of iteratively over the last 25 years. But obviously with DRUPA 2024 and that sort of really long wait for everybody to kind of get back in person and kind of, meet up as an industry, it was sort of a perfect platform to just take the opportunity to talk about some of the cool new things, we're doing right now. As Daniel had says, we've got hundreds of installed systems, around the world. And I think we have, a great story to tell here at DRUPA to a lot of people who kind of know us through the years and, really have an opportunity to learn about something that can really make a difference to them now as we, go into 2025 even.
Well, yeah, just like John mentioned, right now the DRUPA is coming up, the first one after 8 years now, right, if I'm correct. I think the last one was in 2016. And ever since, great developments have happened. And now we want to use that opportunity to introduce our latest tech to the audience there.
For sure. Well, could you give us actually just a quick overview of that tech or any type of new updates, what listeners can expect to hear? All right, let's start with you, John.
Yeah, so, I think, like we mentioned earlier, it's about talking about all the cool new things we've been doing. As I mentioned earlier, we're constantly innovating and, we're going to use DRUPA here as a platform to talk about this latest integration. From the CCS side or our color control system side, we've gone through a lot of different generations of that product over time. Right now we've got a fully spectral generation of the product that is being used by a lot of people in the industry, but there are also a lot of people in the industry who we're still using non-spectral technologies, whether they're customers of ours or other printers that have an opportunity to listen to what we're going to talk about today, and potentially take advantage of the opportunity to upgrade their technology to some of the the more advanced capabilities that we've got with our latest generation product from Baldwin. And obviously Daniel can talk quite a bit, I'm sure, about some of the cool things that we're bringing here with the instrument flight integration.
Our new system is going to have a much higher efficiency. It's designed to help printing companies to better utilize their personnel. It's way more easy and fun to use than the old system. So it has a great new UI. It produces actually a better quality than the older system because of its more advanced technology behind. And also the system will definitely help to create a greener footprint.
It sounds like it. I mean, there's a lot going into this. So maybe we could try to dive a little bit more into detail because you did mention higher efficiency. So can you elaborate on that, Daniel?
Yes, in terms of efficiency, the new system is much easier to use. That means the operators that have to set it up, they can just push one button, tell the system where it's supposed to go, and then the systems will take over from here and will maintain the color quality. So basically get the job to the desired quality and just maintain it at that level. So operators can do other things around the press at the same time, because in a modern print shop, one operator cannot be tied to the printing console all the time, so that they have many other things to do. So in terms of color, they can at least rely on one system that does it for them, and so that is definitely better in terms of utilization of operators and efficiency. Yeah.
I was just going to add there as well. I think one thing maybe our listeners can relate to is the fact that, like Daniel has said there, in the past it was okay to run a printing press with 2 or 3 print operators, people that are loading the machine or running different systems on the press. But one of the most complicated aspects of managing the press is the color control side of it. And previous generations or other products on the market, even though that they are pretty automated, they still often require the operators to interact with the tools very frequently. So it means that their time is tied up. And when they're tied up doing that, they're not free to do other things. And, because the industry has become, so tight in terms of the resources that are available and the need to be able to run a printing press with a single operator, they just don't have that time available anymore to keep a color control system ticking just right. And I think what we're doing with this new iteration of the product integration is to provide something that basically does the job on its own as much of the time as possible, so that the operator can do more tasks.
Yes, right. Yeah, which takes us just right to the next point. So such an operation reduces definitely stress. So operators definitely like their jobs better. That's how they reflect to our systems. And that helps to reduce high turnover. So you can, as a printing company, stick to your personnel more longer. And that's definitely an important fact. But these are not the only reasons. So in terms of quality, you can expect something. So the new system is definitely integrated into the whole pre-press and printing workflow. So we take the color management from pre-press down to the paper in order to make sure that we, let's say, bring the creators, the designers' intent to the paper. So brand colors look the way they're supposed to, keep consistent over different papers and different print runs. That's very easy to manage, and the system, will also provide you with the necessary production reports. So a printing company that utilizes our systems, our solutions, they have all the tools handy to reiterate their quality calibrations and so on without leaving the production and expensive test runs and so on. So they get all the information they need from the running system in order to maintain quality. And that also comes with nice reporting, which is important for the end customer. So our customers, they can provide with the reporting from our system that they, first of all, achieved the color they're supposed to, and they were also able to keep it consistent during the press run.
Yeah, and I think another aspect of that better quality, Daniel, is the whole concept of the AI or machine learning algorithms, right? That we're bringing in with the solution that, this term of mimicking human perception is a critical aspect of it, right? That, we're delivering within the numbers and within the tolerances and the specifications, but we're delivering something that's visually more appealing and is really a better product as well for the market.
Yeah, that's
right?
correct. That's correct. So we at System Brunner, we always try to create computer vision systems that mimic the human perception, where color management sometimes does not work the way you expect it to. So even if you match all the numbers in printing, you still need to adjust in order to shoot for some reddishness, or it's too dark or too light or something, just to make it look good. So, and with our, just optimized over the time and over the years, optimized and very well tested in the field, algorithms and computer vision systems that are now supported by actually AI systems, fast reactive AI systems. They can better read the color measurement data and interpret it in the way a human would see the color. So we're looking at the color bar, and from that little information from the color bar, we get all the necessary information to get an idea how the rest of the web, how the image will look like to the human eye. And we can make necessary corrections to not only stick to the desired printing standard, but also make it look correctly within the allowed tolerances. That's an important feature. Yeah.
For sure. Thank you so much for going through all those optimization details. Are there any other points before we start closing up the podcast here that you feel that we should be covering to let our audience know?
Well, greener footprint is definitely a very important aspect today. So companies need to reduce the total amount of energy, and every automation helps. And with our solution, our combined solution, we are able to focus the necessary amount of energy into the sellable product. And from that point, we believe green printing is only manageable with high automated solutions like that.
Yeah, and maybe sort of the other side of the coin of being green is essentially being probably a better operator in terms of running a business, right? There's so many other upsides to using less material, less ink, less time, fewer operators, right? You're at the end of the day, our listeners are running businesses as well. And I think, we just want to kind of loop that back in here that, it's about not just being sustainable for the environment, which is obviously extremely important, but being a sustainable business model as well, right? Something that you can continue to take into the future. And there was just one other thing I wanted to throw in there as well. We were talking earlier about sort of being easy and fun to use, and Daniel touched on the point that, and it's a very important point that, there is a high turnover in the industry, and lots of operators are, just going away. Either they're retiring or they're just struggling to kind of live with the environment that they're forced to work in now. So making it fun is important to retain the talent, like Daniel said, but also because the product is inherently so much easier to use, it's so much easier to kind of bring in new talent as well. So, if you do have the turnover issue, at least you can get new people up to speed and be as effective as a very highly trained printer of the past in a very short period of time.
Yeah, John. Yeah, thanks for adding that. That also adds to the efficiency in green printing part, if you will, because the system now acts like an, let's say, autopilot for color, where you just dial in where you want to go color-wise, and everyone can do that. So you don't need so much experience in order to manage the right color. So you just need to know what you're shooting for and dial it in. And that means consistent quality also over different operators, which is an important aspect. Yeah. You don't have to make sure that the right guy is always at the, let's say, more important jobs, because now, independent from the operator, as long as they know how to handle the press in general, they can manage color right now.
Yeah, I guess just the last thing to throw out there is, obviously myself and Daniel can keep talking here at length about what we're doing, but probably the best thing to do is come talk to us in person at DRUPA. So we'll be at DRUPA, Hall 16, D20. If you want to come see us and see the new product, the new integration, and take a little bit of a tour. You can also check us out on bwconverting.com, and I'm sure Daniel can give you the relevant email address for System Brunner here.
Right. That's www.systembrunner.com. And of course, we are looking forward to meet you at the DRUPA.
Fantastic. Well, that wraps up the conversation for today. So thank you so much, John and Daniel, for joining us on today's podcast. We learned a lot. Appreciate it. And as always, if you want to learn more, please visit bwconverting.com and look for this podcast wherever it is you get your podcasts at. I've been your host, Gabrielle. Thanks for tuning in.